Priyanka from Guestboard, and today we are going to have a word with Videotex director Arjun Bajaj regarding the company's manufacturing plant, their products, and their market share. So, guys, stay tuned. What kind of impact you have seen of COVID-19 on the television sector overall?
See, last year when when the wave one happened, so everyone was a little shaken up because something like this hadn't happened. But the industry experts who've been there, like my father, who's been there in this industry for like 37 years now, so they have seen certain things like this in the past, and their idea was very clear that after when the previous lockdown happened in March, April, May, when the entire markets and television manufacturing companies all were shut, it was predicted that TV is the only thing that is going to sell once the lockdown opens. And that actually came true. Because, people being at home, they were so fed up that they wanted some form of entertainment, and smart TV was the only form of entertainment that they decided they wanted to purchase, because, everything was coming, everything is online these days, and, any show, any movie, anything that you want to watch, any content is available on smart TVs. And earlier it was also said that TVs will be replaced by mobiles, but that is something that actually got shifted, and people realized that just watching everything on a small screen is not enough. They need to invest on smart TVs, and that's what happened. So immediately after the lockdown, we saw there was a great spike in the television sales. So June, July, and like 3 weeks of August, it was as if we were celebrating Diwali that time. But yeah, so it was really good, and the entire last year was pretty good. That we actually achieved our sales that we predicted would be in a year. We achieved it in 9 months, because first 3 months are anyways dead, but we covered up in those 9 months. And if we had April, May, June also in our hands, probably we would have done more.
So, how many units you have sold in that 9 months?
See, we don't really say how many units we've sold, but we met the targets, and we in fact, if I have to talk about in terms of turnover, our turnover was much. So as a company, our turnover was greater than 300 CR, and which just a year back was around 250. As a turnover, we were more, but that's also because we caught up with the sales, and also the TV prices have also gone up in the previous year. So in terms of units, as a company, I can say that we got more customers as an OEM and as an ODM, because more and more brands have entered into the Indian space and have tied up with us. So yeah, as a company overall, we performed pretty well, and as a brand also, we've continued to grow.
Arjun, if I'm not wrong, I heard that you guys are also planning to invest or planning to set up another factory in Noida. Is it true?
We see currently things are a lot of things are going on. A lot of things we are planning, and soon we'll be coming out with with the complete details. Currently, I can't really comment, but in just a few weeks we'll be out, and we'll give out the complete details what's happening. But yes, we are planning for expansion.
That upcoming manufacturing plant will be manufacturing only TVs, or any other sector you are planning to foray this year?
We'll be coming out with all details, and I will update you with it shortly. I'm not allowed to comment right now, but yeah, there are very interesting things that are going to come up very soon.
So you are manufacturing smart TVs, and what about the consumer durables?
So currently we're only into TVs. That's been our forte, and because we're the only company in the industry who have actually moved from each and every TV phase. So 1984 we started. So we started with black and white, then we moved to colored. Then from colored we moved to LCD TVs. Then from LCD to LED, and now we are into the 4K and the smart TV category, and where we are continuously investing. And so currently that has been the forte. But yeah, looking at the current scenario, we'll be expanding it.
Anyways, how much your business has been affected? You said that you have garnered a lot in the last lockdown. You must have some figures in your mind. So your figures has been changed, or what was the effect on your business?
See, so I'll be very honest. We all were very scared what's going to happen, and that's the one thing is, yeah, because of the lockdowns, this market sentiment went very low. And the second issue was in terms of supply chain, because earlier China was affected and there were a lot of issues, the India-China issue, and then there were a lot of issues in terms of, from custom clearance, there were too many delays for things coming from China. So all these things, everything gathered up at the same time, so which really shook up the industry, that what's going to happen. And the same thing happened with us, but I think gradually things got delayed, but we overcame that. But the only challenge that we faced majorly was the prices going up, because if I have to talk about open cell, that accounts for 65 to 70% of a TV's overall cost. That went up by 300 to 400%, varying on the sizes. And just a few months later, each and every item that goes inside a TV went up. The prices have just continuously been going up even till date. So that was the major challenge, and I think if that wouldn't have happened, TV market would have been booming even beyond those months. And but I think that's like a correction phase for the pricing. But hopefully, by next year or maybe later this year, there will be some form of price correction. But until then, the prices are up, and we are hoping that the market accepts them soon. And also, there is a big challenge that leading brands like the biggies, they have not really increased their prices the way they should have, which has led to a very less gap. If I have to talk about a 32 inches TV, which is the major dominating size, the pricing gap between a big brand and a small brand has become very less because of the price increase, and which is why the sales have been impacted for the overall industry. But we are all positive, and hopefully things will be better soon.
So, Arjun, many smartphone companies are planning or already fallen in the same segment you are operating at, right? Mm-hmm. So, do you plan to launch any smartphone in the country?
No, we don't have such plans to enter into the smartphone category. We haven't thought about it. We
never had a discussion about that? Because
coming out as a brand to launch smartphone?
Yeah.
No, I'll be very honest. If you see, there are no Indian brands currently in mobile phones. If you see, initially we had many Indian brands who were in the smartphone phase, but later on the Chinese brands came, and the kind of prices they came out with really affected the industry, and many Indian brands had to exit. If I wouldn't prefer coming out as a brand, but I would definitely be interested in manufacturing in future if I get that opportunity. Yeah.
So you're not talking to any Chinese company, because you have a huge manufacturing plant in Noida. So you're not talking to any company right now for manufacturing their devices in India?
We are in talks. In fact, last year we onboarded a few brands for TVs, but that's been our major focus, and even this year that's going to be our major focus. But yes, in the upcoming years, that's in our plan, and we are going to enter into different product categories. So that's going
only in the manufacturing, not come as a brand and all, right?
In terms of brand, also we would be entering into different categories, but talking from the company's perspective in terms of the OEM space, we would enter into different product categories and tie up with other brands.
So, Arjun, I need to know that smartphone that you mentioned about the Chinese companies, right? So, these companies are already have launched smart TVs under 20,000 segment. So, how do you plan to cope up with these brands?
Yeah, I'm very happy to manufacture for these brands, but that's what I said, that these prices won't stay up for a very long time, and I think soon the prices will be corrected, because if I have to talk about price increase, most of the brands have increased their prices except the top two brands, and as soon as they increase the prices, the price gap is again going to be corrected, and the sales are going to be back to normal for all the categories, category A, B, C, where the brands fall, and then things are going to be normal. Because if you see under 10,000, there are TV brands who were under 10,000 also. Then there were TV brands who were under 15,000 and under 20,000. But now that's not the scenario, because the price gap has become very less between a big brand and a small brand. So once that is corrected, things will be okay for everyone. But until then, it is a very tough phase for smaller brands.
So what about your plans entering into offline segment?
So Daiwa as a brand is catering in the offline space. So we are, like I would say more than 90% of our TVs are sold in the offline space.
No, I'm asking about setting up your offline showrooms and in the country.
See, our company's focus has always been as a manufacturer, and because being a contract manufacturer has been our business model, and having been manufacturing for more than 15 brands now, that is going to be the main vision and the main focus of the company, and that is something that we are going to focus on. Coming out exclusive with exclusive showrooms or something is not something that we've considered. Maybe in future we will consider it for the brand, but until then our major focus is as a contract manufacturer and do ODM OEM for other brands.
You mentioned about the offline presence of yours, like offline contributing more to your business. So how about the online presence? How much online contribute to your overall business?
Our brand contributes to about, if I have to talk, I have two brands in our company. One is Daiwa and one is Shinko. Shinko is our online exclusive brand, and Daiwa is a brand that we sell in the offline space. But we have been growing. I won't comment on the portion size, how much is the percentage that we contribute. But but our strategy is very clear that one brand stays in the offline and one brand stays in the online. That is something important.
Which part of the country is contributing more to your business? You said about Punjab in the last interaction, right? Any other part of the country is contributing more now?
So our major network in terms of as a brand has been more focused towards north in the previous year, but we have also entered in the west and southern regions just in the last year, and we've seen some great sales there. So if I have to talk about that, north, west and south regions all are performing, but if I have to categorize it, so number one is north, followed by west and then south.
You mentioned about the Shinko and another brand, Daiwa, right?
Yeah, for online Shinko, and over there, it's a very similar contribution as the overall online space has. So online has like the 30-35% share in the southern region for TVs, around 30% in the west, and around 27-28% in the north. So we have a similar reach for that also, and east carries a very small percentage overall.
So Arjun, you're only doing business in India, or do you have presence in other countries also?
No, we have our R&D centers overseas, but we are doing business in India as of now.
Don't you have a plan to expand your business to other countries?
Ma'am, the day the policies, the incentives and everything come out that we can start on export, once we have those kind of facilities in India, and India has that capability, providing we have a proper ecosystem where we have goods getting manufactured here, like open cells, and the day we have a component industry in India, that is the day when our export gates will open and India will start exporting. But until then, exporting TV from India to other countries does not make sense. We have done it, we do it for a few of our customers, but that is not a major focus for any TV company because of the pricing issues and because of the duties, and because things are coming from outside, getting assembled and manufactured here in India and then going out to other countries, rather than getting manufactured here directly and then going out to other countries, which would give a better cost benefit to other countries. So till the time that happens, export opportunities are pretty much low. But the day we have an ecosystem ready in India, the export gates are going to open for India, and that is something when India is going to go way ahead of other countries.
I'm asking, you mentioned about raw materials, right? The increased price of raw materials. So what kind of projections you have for this year in terms of market share?
Market share as a brand, you mean, or as a company?
As a company.
See, as a company, so we have two business models. So one is being an ODM, and one is as a EMS or an OEM that you can say. So if I have to talk about the brand's projection this year, the brands are eyeing that this year they want to achieve similar sales as they had last year, because the consumer sentiments are pretty much low. So I think the industry is focusing on reviving the industry again, reviving the economy again, and at least ensure that the sales stay the same as the previous year, if not grow. But that largely depends on the consumer sentiments, which are pretty much low because of COVID, and the spends that are happening for their medical at the moment, where people are focusing more on. So I think we'll get a lot more clarity, in a month or so, whether we need to change our projections or not. But until then, the consumer sentiments have been low, and once we see some correction happening, in this the COVID scenario, it's pretty much very, very hard to say what's going to happen. But the ultimate goal of every industry this year is survival of the fittest, and make sure that the economy runs properly.
You mentioned about the market share you have achieved last year. So what kind of numbers you have achieved last year or the last financial year? You must be following the last financial year, right?
We don't comment, but as a company we have grown by I can say around by 25 to 30% from the previous year.
Last question, Arjun. What kind of what else we can expect from you or from Driver this year in 2021 or this financial year? How many more products and all?
From the brand side, we would be coming out with approximately. We are very excited that we are going to launch a new range very soon, and that is something we would be the first ones to bring in, and so we'll launch. So that will be one, and soon we'll be entering into different categories as a brand. So that is also on the charts. But in terms of TVs, we would be launching about 8 to 10 models this year. And
this financial year or this year only?
No, this financial year. So we'll be So a new range is going to come out within a month. We'll be announcing a new range, and for this year we have plans to launch 8 to 10 smart TV models.
In the high-end segment, medium segment, or the affordable segment?
It will. So our aim has always been provide premium features, but at affordable prices. But so that's going to be our major focus, and the features are going to be really high-end, and we are going to make sure that people can afford the same.
Last question, sorry. I need to know about your manufacturing plant you're planning to come up. This year you're going to make some announcement on the same, or we have to wait more for the same?
We'll be announcing this year.
Okay. Thank you so much, Arjun. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
So much, everybody. Keep watching Gizbot for all tech-related news and updates. Thank you so much.